Good morning, everybody. This is Laura Peterson. I'm your host of Central Florida Real Estate Radio. And in order to get in touch with us, you can call or text 407-566-2555. That's 407-566-2555. And I am from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, obviously. And so anyway, I wanted to get started with the stats today, like I always do every week. And basically, when we're looking at what happened last week, is that it was the end of the month. These are the stats. We're always about a week behind. But basically, there were 493 homes that sold last week, and that was up from 440 the week before. Now, the week before was a little bit higher than normal because we were still making up from the hurricane, week and everything on the closings that were supposed to happen then. So 493 is probably about appropriate for what it should have been at this point in time for the end of the month. The unfortunate thing that I see here is that the median price of single-family homes decreased to $415,000, which is a decrease of 3.3%, which is roughly means that it was around $430 last week, if my math is somewhat correct. And so that's kind of what's going on there. The inventory decreased by 73. And so that's one of the first times that that's happened. Most of the time we've been increasing about 100 homes a month or 100 homes a week. But basically how everything shakes down is the homes of the 493, under 250 there were 40 of them. 250 to 300 there were 39. 300 to 400, 138. 400 to 500, 110. 500 to a million, 142, and over a million were 24. Now you might wonder why I break this down every week in regards to how many houses sell in each price point. And really, honestly, it's because if you're in the market, you want to know what's really happening out there. So for example, if you're under 250 and you're thinking, okay, there's nothing out there, nothing sells under 250. Yeah, 40 of them did this week. And so if you take that times 4, that's 160 a month. So there are homes out there that are selling, under 250. And then, if your price range is between 250 and 300, obviously there were another 39 that sold then. So basically, that's why I kind of go through the price ranges so everybody knows what's going on. Now, when we're talking about real estate and statistics and everything like that, real estate is extremely, extremely local. So you've got to go down to the zip code, to the subdivision, all of those kinds of things to really get the comparable properties of what's going on in your neighborhood or for you or whatever. But basically, this gives you a good idea in regards to what's going on in the market in our area and everything and what your expectations can be. So we start with the broad, but when you get really serious and you look at what you want to do, then we go down to the granular in regards to what's going to make sense for you and your family and everything like that. Now, when we're looking at the list to ask price, which is again something that everybody is really interested in, like I always tell everybody, that almost every week it is the same thing. Under 250 and over a million, there's a lot more room than there is in those middle prices where there's more inventory moving and all of that kind of thing. Now, what it comes down to, I believe, is that the under 250, most of those need work, and so there is a little bit of room, and this week is no exception. That overall the list to ask price is at 97.21, but under 250 it's at 93.75. So you do have a little bit of room between what the seller is asking and buying, on average, and everything obviously is what this is looking at. And then we're at 97 or 98% all the way up to a million, and then over a million it was at 95.42. So basically in that higher price range, there is a little bit of negotiating room and everything as well. But in the middle, it's about 2%, maybe 2.5%, something like that on a good day and all of that kind of thing of what you can get. So when a buyer comes in and they say, hey, I want to offer way less than what somebody has on the market, like 40% or 50% or whatever, what they're asking, those are not necessarily being accepted. So it's not that you can't try, because obviously you can, because you don't ever know what people's circumstances are. But the bottom line is it going to be successful in what you accomplish? And that's what you have to, figure out. Now, the average days to contract right now on a single family home is 64 days. And, the average bedrooms is 4 with 2 baths and 2,100 square feet, in case you were wondering that. The months of inventory is also the other thing that I usually look at. And we're sitting at 3.59 based on the number of homes that sold this week. So we're pretty much, 4 to 6 is considered a normal market, where there's a lot of buyers and sellers and that kind of thing out there. And so that's basically what we're looking at when it comes down to it today. So now looking at condos, townhomes, and villas. Now, the thing that I like about what I do about the stats, like I said, it's very local in regards to what's going on. But when you're looking at the condos, townhomes, and villas, they are a different type of property. So if somebody comes in and in general, when they show them, when we're looking at the monthly stats, which we do occasionally every month and everything, then you're going to be able to see what's going on, and you're going to see that the median and average price are quite a bit lower than the 415 that I'm talking about right now for the single family homes. And basically, like I said, everything is very local. So the more granular you get when you're ready to go, then that really tells you, what's going on in that price point, in that neighborhood, and all of those different things that you're looking at. So when you're looking at the condos, townhomes, and villas, basically the bottom line is there were 132 that sold last week, and that was up from 98 the week before. Now, the price of them actually is at $272,500 as a median. So basically, single family homes at $415 versus $272,500 for a condo, townhome, or villa. So obviously, if you're in a lower budget, you might think, hey, 272 sounds a lot better than 415. Now, the thing that you have to understand, usually with all condo, townhomes, and villas, is that there are additional monthly fees that they've got for the condo fee, the homeowners association, or whatever. And it's going to cover a lot of your maintenance, might cover insurance. It's going to cover a lot of things for you, but you really have to look at it and see, what's the best thing for you and your family when it comes down to it. The inventory, however, is quite a bit stronger when it comes to the condos, townhomes, and villas. You remember we were talking about, just under 4 months for the single family homes. And when we're looking at the condos, townhomes, and villas, I'm just pulling it up right here to see where we're at. Here we are. And basically, we are talking about 6.53 months of inventory when it comes to that. So they're a little bit higher. There were, based on the number of condos that sold last week, which was not the end of the month week, the week before. I mean, basically what happened then is that the condos, townhomes, and villas, we were looking at like 10 or 8 or something like that months of inventory, almost double of what the single family homes were. And so in that, if you have one of those properties, you definitely have to be looking at how you're going to price it appropriately, because our market is extremely, extremely price sensitive at the moment. So of those 132, 55 of them were under 250, so a lot more than the single family homes. 22 between 250 and 300, 35 between 3 and 4, 17 between 400 and 500, 3 between 500 and $1 million, and nothing sold over $1 million. However, there are 19 on the market. So when you're looking at the sales to list price, again at 97.19, even though there's a bigger number on the market, but they are holding strong. That 95.92 on the under 250, and then it goes to 97 and 98 across the board, and they're staying on the market at least 80 days. So basically, when it comes down to it, when you break it down, you can probably see with a single family home versus a condo, townhouse, and house and villa that there is a difference just between there. So then when you start looking at neighborhoods and different homes within a neighborhood, it really does become different. And so that's why you need a professional like myself to come in there and really give you an honest assessment in regards to what's going on. And we do that all the time for anybody that's interested. No obligation or anything like that, but sometimes you just need to know or would like to know, and we're here to help. So in order to get in touch with us, you can call or text 407-566-2555. You can find us online at centralfloridarealestateradio.com, and we will see you after the break.